Hello friends, welcome back to a new video on Karate UI automation series. This video we can learn how can we send keyboard keys. Keyboard keys in the sense escape, tab, shift or any letters like A, S, T, F, any letters to a particular field, or also how to send keyboard keys without focusing on a particular field. And also I will show you how can we get the how to get the properties of the focused element, or you can say the highlighted the active element in the web page. Okay, so let's go to the video. So I have written a feature file send_keys.feature, which we are configuring the driver type is Chrome driver, and also we are hitting the URL Amazon website and we are maximizing the window. Okay, so the test case that I'm going to automate is what I will do is I will click on this tab. I'll keep clicking tab button from the keyboard until the search box is highlighted. So now the search box is highlighted, right? So once the search box is highlighted, I will send a keyword to this search box, and then I will send enter button so that we will get the results. Okay, and once after clicking this tab key from the keyboard 5 times, the search box would be highlighted, right? The search word would be under the focus. Let me first just give some delay of some 3 seconds in your automation scripts. The ideal automation scripts, you should not use any delays. Okay, you should use only wait for methods to wait for the particular element. Only if it required you can use delay, that to a maximum of 1 second, and or just for our testing purpose I am using delay now, delay of 3 seconds. And now we have to pass the tab key, right? So in order to send any keys from the keyboard, actually we can use input function. We know that to input any key or any character to a field, we can use input function, where it accepts a couple of arguments. The first argument would be the web element locator, and the next argument would be the character that we want to send or the string that we want to send. But in case of the other keys like special characters like tab, escape and all, we don't have to focus on a particular element. Without focusing on the element, we have to send the keyboard keys. So in order to do that, what we can do, instead of giving the web element locator, you can give the body tag here. And here we can give remove this chords and give directly key dot tab. And we need to do this action 5 times, and at the end we can give some delay and we'll see if the search box is highlighted. Yes, now the search box is highlighted, right? Here we can send the keys to the search box without taking the web, you can say XPath or CSS selector of that search box. What we will do, after pressing this tab key 5 times, the search box is highlighted, right? So what we can do, we can take the active element from the web page, and to that active element we can send the keys. So how to get the active element from the web page? For that, what you can do, just give element, and also you make sure that when you send any keyboard keys, don't use codes. Okay, here you can use code for the tag name, but here don't use any codes, otherwise it won't work. And now okay, we're declaring the web element, def web element equal to you can use the script function in the Karate UI automation. So script function we already discussed in our previous video, right? So we can use the script function here as well to get the active element in the web page. And script function, as you say, you can you can do any JavaScript action using this script function, right? So you can pass the JavaScript code inside this. So how to get the active element to using the JavaScript? You can Google it and you will get document dot active element. Document dot active element, and in order to get the attribute of the active element, so let's say if we inspect this, we'll see what are the things it has. It has ID, name, class, area label, all these attributes, right? So the so this document dot active element we can use to get the attributes, to get some of the attributes like ID. If you want class, you can use class name, and if you want tag, you can use tag name. So the what are the parameters that you can use, that you can Google it. Okay. So for now, since this field has ID, I can use document dot active element dot ID. Okay, so the ID should be stored now in the element field. Let's print it and we'll see. So we should get the ID field like output value to tab search text box, right? Let's see. Search box is highlighted. So we should be getting this ID field printed in our console. Yes, we got the ID value, right? To tab search text box. So instead of ID, you can use other things also, as I mentioned, class name, tag name, and all. But it cannot accept all the attributes. That you can just go through this document dot active element uh, feature in Google. Okay, so we got some ID, right? Now with that ID only, we can locate our web element. So how to locate our web element? We can locate our web element like this. So since it is an ID, we can give locate the web element using hashtag, right? Just use hash, and then that's how we write the selector, right? If you are using ID, we can give hash. If you are using class name, we can use dot, right? So I can give hash and then this element. So this will be our web element locator. Now what we can do, we can pass our input keyword, that is input of, it should be web element. The left argument should be the element locator, and the next should be the search keyword. So here you should use quotes, okay? But if you're passing the keyboard keys, you should not use any quote. Fine. And after inputting this, so we just pass mobile. Now what we have to do, we have to click on the enter button. So in order to click the enter button, again we can use this method, but instead of this body, we can give web element and then key dot enter, and we should get the result. We can give a delay and we can see the result. Let's run it. So it should hit mobile, should pass the mobile keyword now, and it should click on the enter button. So it worked now, right? The test is passed, we got the result. And since we are using ID, we can give like this. So if you are using some other attributes, you should form your XPath according to that. Okay, it should not be the case in every time. If it is class name, you should use dot, and if it is some other attributes, you should form your XPath accordingly. Now in the same video, I would like to discuss one more thing, how to get the attribute of the focused element in a UI in the web. And to get the attribute of any web element, we have a function attribute of, and again it accepts two arguments. One is web element path and next one is the attribute name. Okay, so here also we can try using the same thing. So let's define the attribute. Let's go to the web page, and if we inspect this mobile, we can take the attribute of area label. We just want the area label attribute value, so it should be search, right? So let's search for that attribute equal to, so attribute, let me give attribute 1, and you can give, this is the function that you can choose attribute of, and the first argument should be the web element path, that is this one. Okay, and the next should be the attribute name, that is area label, and we'll print this value. And also we can print, and if you want to assert the attribute value of a particular web element, what we can do, this should be search, right? So we can give and match attribute 1 equal to this search, or you don't have to declare it in a different variable and you don't need to match it. You can directly give it in a single line as well. How to do and match, and directly you can give this line over here and equal to this search. Now we'll run it. Okay, now it would have printed the attribute value also, and it should match the attribute value. Yes, the test is passed, and we can see attribute value was printed here, search, and we are asserting the value, right, uh, in two different methods, and it has worked fine, right? So in this video we learn few things, how to send keyboard keys to a particular field, and also without focusing on a particular field, and how to get the active element in a web page, and how to get the attribute of that active element in the web page, and also how to get different attributes uh, of the active element in the web page. Not only the active element, you can use the same function to get the attribute of any element in the web page, and how to assert the attribute values of the web element in a UI. So I hope you have liked this video. If so, as usual, please don't forget to click the like button, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe and please keep support. Thanks for watching. Bye. Thank you.